we have up next Jiya Parsanaa. Her idea is very unique, an ancient Indian games uh, kit. Uh, Over to you, Jiya, with Khelo India.
Hello investors, I'm Jiya Parsanaa and I'm the CEO of Khel India. Here's my story.
और कहीं से भी हम कहीं से भी जाके बेच सकते हैं दुनिया में। अब मैं ये बताऊं, जैसे अभी से अफ्रीका अफ्रीकी का लोग क्या करते हैं, वो जोधपुर में कोई भी
Jiya, you may have to unmute.
Yeah. So this idea developed when my sister and I went to our aunt's place and were fascinated by the games that ancient Indian games that she showed us. And it was then that I realized that games were not only a source of entertainment, but a source of bonding between different generations and a source of learning for kids from their grandparents or elders. And that is why my vision, which is to create a community of youths to connect through their roots through ancient Indian games. The unique selling propositions of my product are that it is fun, family friendly, and helps you reconnect with your roots. And it is the only company creating a community of ancient India gamers. Here's a little bit about my product.
ये है बेसिकली ना ये कुछ एंटीनेटल पैनल्स हैं बेसिकली एचडी
This is the packaging of the game. This is the potli. These are the cookies or the playing pieces. These are the dice used for Easter. This is Easter. This is Navkaki. Each game has an art form. This is Madhubani art. This is Gond art. This is Kalamkari art. And this is Warli art. Each game contains its set of information about the rules of the game and then about the art form that is in the game. So I plan on not only educating people about the ancient Indian games, but also the indigenous art forms. Moving on to my competition analysis, I conducted an analysis of my competitors to identify my differentializing factors from theirs. And I realized that my company promotes ancient Indian games, has low pricing so is affordable, promotes a sense of community and belonging, and promotes traditional arts. When I conducted a survey, I was glad to know that 63% of the people I interviewed were willing to buy my product, and that 77.8% of the people I interviewed saw a future for my product. The main goal of the people was to have an Indian feel of the product, so that would be our main goal as well. I'll also focus on other expectations of people like quality, uniqueness, and price, but my main goal will be to provide an Indian feel to the product. We have three marketing techniques: social media marketing, retail marketing, and word of mouth. Social media marketing is going to happen through Instagram and Facebook. Retail marketing is where I'm going to go to nearby stores and other general shops. And word of mouth is where I'm going to spread word of my product. Now, once people start buying my games, I'm going to ask them to post a picture or video of themselves playing their games with anyone on Instagram or Facebook. Once they do that, they get to be a part of the Khel India family. Once you're a member of the Khel India family, you get tagged if there's any new game being launched, you get exciting offers, and you get to be a part of a bigger community. Sales accomplishments. I already have gotten permission to set up kiosks for selling games at Satya Mart Rajkot. I've already sold 5 products, giving me 2,495 rupees. Okay. The strengths of my product are that it indulges people to be a part of a community. The games are unique and traditional ancient games, and they allow children to understand the Indian culture better. My weakness is less experience and the fact that I cannot be a full time entrepreneur because of my school. The opportunities for me are the growing market size, and that no market is small in a country of 1.3 billion people. My threats are increase in direct and indirect competition and low entry barriers, which mean my design and my concept can be copied, and digital games, which are so much in vogue these days. Now let's get down to financials. The cost of making the cookies is rupees 20. The cost of making of the games is rupees 25. The cost of printing and packaging is rupees 65. The cost of sales is rupees 100. My total variable costs are rupees 310. My total gross profit is rupees 189. And that brings me to my selling price per unit of rupees 499. I am projecting 620 units sold by the end of this year, earning me rupees 3,09,380 and a gross profit of rupees 1,17,180. I do not want only the profitable business, but I also want people to start spending time bonding with each other through the games rather than spending time on their devices. चलो साथ में खेलते हैं. What say investors?
Awesome. Thanks, Jiya. Over to the judges.
Very good, Jiya. Just a question. Have you thought about bringing out the stories of old Indian games so that people realize that each game had a story, a place of origin, a point of origin, and how that plays to your. Did you think about that?
Like currently I was thinking about the art form, like the game I wanted to bring. I have written down my story as I showed, and on my social media pages I'm also going to show about my story or about how I learned about these games. And yes, I do want that people share their stories, and that's why I had this entire idea of creating a community where people share their things online, so people know about how this thing developed, or I mean not just games. Like,
Okay, Jiya, in terms of you will have to build a catalog of games. Is that what is on your mind, or you would say that this is a variant that you will go with and scale on this alone?
so yeah, I want to increase my variety of games. I am looking for new games. I also have a rural village sort of thing close to my farmhouse. I'm going to approach there for getting new games. But here also within these two games, I'm also planning to increase the size by having cloth games made on cloth and games made on wood. So right now the games currently are on canvas, and the pricing has been set to be a little bit more affordable. But then I want to shift to cloth games, and for that, actually, my family is funding a women's employment organization where we are like giving them sewing machines and giving them new assignments every time. So I want them to make my game. I mean, help me make my game and helping me in embroidery. So then I want to have price range between 800. 80 to 100 rupees, and then I want to have wooden games between 1,000 to 1,200, like slightly more premium versions.
Got it. All the best.
Thank you.